Hi guys, Hayden Simmons here from the Portrait Guru, and in today's video I'm going to share this step-by-step tutorial of how you can create your own ear drawing using coloured pencils. I'm going to run you through step-by-step of how I created this drawing so you can follow along at home. I start off by doing a rough outline of the whole of the ear, just so I can see the foundations and not go into the details too quickly for this drawing. I'm using quite a light pressure to start the drawing. I'm drawing in quite straight lines to begin with. This is just to capture the big shapes of the drawing. So neglect the details at this stage, just focus on the big shapes at first, just putting in the foundations to the piece. I then turn it the right way up and then begin to draw a bit harder pressure on my page, and then begin to just look at the finer details, so where the creases sit on the ear. I then want to just use that same colour just to cover a bit of the white page, and then go on to the brown around the ear. As you can see, it's quite a dark area around the ear and in the ear itself. I then begin just to draw those big shapes of the shadows within the ear. So I'm capturing the inner ear and around the outside of it. You can see I'm just trying to sketch out all those big shapes from the light and also the shadow as well. I then use a yellow pencil just to capture the highlights and the light areas from that ear there, and then going back to the brown pencil to capture more of those details as well. I flick between yellow, orange and red at this stage, similar to my other drawings and tutorials on this channel. I'm using a limited colour palette for this drawing, so I'm mainly using red, yellow and orange. I then begin to press a bit harder on my page now, so I'm capturing more of those shadows around the ear, now drawing more details inside that ear as well. Keep referring back to your drawing and also the reference photograph at all times. You can see that I've turned my reference photograph into a black and white image. If you're familiar with this channel, I always recommend you doing this just so you can see the tones very clearly within that reference photograph. So I'm flicking between the lighter brown and also the darker brown. I'm also using a dark blue as well, just to capture more of those dark areas within the ear. You can see I've also corrected myself throughout, so I can see that the earlobe was just a bit too big and long, so I've corrected myself there. If you notice any mistakes within your drawing, I do recommend you changing it as soon as possible, and it's not game over. If you do see a mistake, you can just erase it or you can just redraw it like I have. You can see again I've turned my image upside down and also my reference photograph again, so I can see those values and tones really clearly within the drawing and also the reference photograph. If you want to see the real-time version of this drawing without my narration, do click the link on the top right corner there. That is just with music and you can just follow along at home. So I flipped it the right way again, and also my reference photograph. You can see it's really taking shape now. I'm now getting to the finer details, and I'm trying to shade the mid-tones now of the drawing. So a mid-tone is not the darkest tone, and it's not the highlights, or it's not the light parts of the reference photograph. It's that mid-tone. You can see some of the blue coming out of the page around that ear, showing some of the hair as well to the piece. But you don't have to follow this drawing. If you want to add more hair, you don't want to add any hair at all, or you want to use different colours within your drawing, feel free to do so. You can see I'm adding some more details, just the outside of that ear there. Going back into that lighter brown for those mid-tones. I'm really looking at the piece really carefully. I'm actually zooming in to the reference photograph, which I recommend you doing, and isolating a little part of the ear reference photograph and really see the tones, and you can really capture the details really effectively by doing this. You can actually see some of my pencils are pretty damn short, and I need to get some new ones. You can see I've had good use out of this pencil set, but I'll put a link in the description so you can see the materials that I'm using. So I'm going back and forth between the lighter yellow, the mid-tone brown, and also that darker brown and blue colour, trying to get a sense of form within the piece as well. And it's really important that your pencil marks try to follow the form of the ear. If a particular part of the ear is round, try and draw in a circular or round motion. I then flip between using the pencils and now using more of the fibre pens, coloured pens, just so I can bring out some more of the highlights and then deepen those shadows as well. But we're coming up to the end of this ear drawing. I really hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and here's the final artwork coming up. This took around 35 to 40 minutes, but take as long as you want for your own ear drawing, and I really do recommend you giving this video a watch.